We are live. We are live. And I thank God that I am alive.
Hello.
So, hey. So you have tuned in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with your sister B, Mellow, brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The Cafe Le Bleu Lounge. This is where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So sometimes we ask you, most importantly, is to sit back, relax, and vibe out to some cool sounds, or you hear some fireside chats, which you're going to hear today. We want you to be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. The first corner could be, which is today, the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, the Artist Talk. This is where we showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay to across the globe. They share their creative process and their lived experience. On the other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and the creative work of today's brilliant mind, along with the genius from our past geniuses. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. Another part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their lives, which are inspirational messages. Also, we are highlighting golden life affirmations to impart healing medicine in the soil of brilliant minds today. On the second Saturday of every month, we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson, the founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. The topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, definitely healthy eating, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine, is a nonprofit 501c3, get a tongue twister around here, charitable organization, which is community-based, educational-based, advocacy-based, and resource-based organization that uses public media resources, radio, newspapers, and church-based community health fairs to provide health information and education. Every fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, which is hosted by Miss B. We have Doc, we have the Voice and the Prince of Hearts, which are the hosts of that particular show. And this is where we have real talk conversations with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners from around the globe to talk about what they're doing in their actual community. Definitely the real talk, hot topics with the youth of today. And on the fifth Saturday of the month, we have the kitchen table, again, bringing it to you, community leaders and folks that can share what they're doing in their actual community. But today, we had to make sure that you know what we do here on the Eyes of the Conscious Soul and the broadcasting that we bring to you. And we are very, very proud of that. We are so grateful and thankful to the new year. We're so excited about what we get ready to do in the new year. We just like, it's on, it's on. We going, you said we being out, we going to be out?
We outside.
We outside this year. So today, Telice is on the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge. And this is the Artist Talk Corner. We'll get into what she does. You know, she is the best. She's a dancer. She's a poet. Oh my God. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. So, Miss Telice, I just want to say I love you, sweetheart. You are one of my beautiful souls and seeds and flowers that God allowed me to have come into my life in this season in my life. And I can start crying. I'm so grateful to God bringing you guys in my life. And I'm so thankful to my sister Patanisha for inviting me over we'll talk about what you were doing, and I'm just so thankful and excited about that. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Say hey, kudos, and all that to the fam out there. You know, we got to represent the family in Oakland, California, and wherever your family is from. So tell us about yourself.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Miss B. What an introduction. First, I just want to say it's so mutual, and thank you so much for having me. I'm so blessed to just know you and just to be a part of your life. So thank you for like just engaging. You know, you are really an example of like us being driven and calling to do God's work. And you do it in everything you do. And you just remind me of strength, the God's strength, you know. So I just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Hello everyone.
Hey,
hello.
in the studio.
My name is Telice. I am an artist. Yes. I am a creative of so many disciplines. I'm also a teacher. I'm also a student. Forever learner, you know, forever student. I'm so many things. I'm so many things. So I'm a dancer.
Yes.
I am actually a dance teacher. That's like my 9 to 5, right? And I'm blessed. Like I just feel so blessed to be able to. I used to pray about the days where I could pay my rent doing what I love, and now I'm like paying my rent doing what I love. You know, so that's beautiful. I also am a community leader and community organizer. So I specialize really in bringing people together. That right there just puts a different kind of joy in my heart. And I get to do that through dance on a daily basis. So I just feel so blessed and grateful to be
Go ahead.
To be able to do this work, you know. So that's a little bit about like my professional life. My poetry, she mentioned that I'm a poet. I don't know. I feel like poets really just articulate the ideas that are not formed into words yet. You know, they articulate the feelings, the realities that we live that are not formed into like logical thought yet. So I do agree that I'm a poet, but not in your traditional sense, you know, like it just comes out, if that makes sense. But that's kind of how dance is too. Like I'm a turfer, and so turfing is a style of dance that was born out of East Oakland. It emerged with the hyphy movement, and it's still around today, just like as a pillar of identity for Oakland culture. You feel me? That's where you hear that. You feel me? That's where that come from, right? It's all a part of like an essence and identity, and there's not a lot of like ladies in the community who are still pushing for turf opportunities and for turfing to be exposed on a grander scale. So I am proud of how far I've come, and with turfing and with dancing, it just comes out. Like it's called taking up room on the floor. That's the acronym that turfing stands for, and it just comes out. It's very organic. So that's kind of what I do on a creative aspect, on like a dance, vocal, you know, communal aspect. And I'm just blessed to be able to bring people together. I hope that I can bring people together in all that I do, and every creative venture that I explore, and every professional venture that I explore. Like bringing people together is so special. We are so powerful. Like it's a reason why they have the quote strength in numbers, because we have so much strength in numbers. And so I just appreciate being able to do that, and want to continue to do that on grander scales, continue to be an inspiration, continue to like be guided by God, and walk with God in my heart, and just like touch those who need guidance, you know what I mean, and be led by, you know, those who are also doing God's work, and who are also paving the way for young leaders and creatives, and like I don't know, scholars, like, you know, young Black excellence. Like,
Let's go.
I'm gonna pave the way, just like other people paved the way for me. So I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you again, Ms. B.
You're welcome, baby. And so on that note, you were talking about gathering and bringing people together. So share a little bit about what you were doing at Berkeley, and how did you guys form, you know, that what's on Berkeley now for the African American students?
Yes. So
UC Berkeley.
Right, I'm gonna just back it up, right?
Back it up.
So I recently graduated from UC Berkeley. Go Bears.
Hey.
But while I was like in this COVID transition, I still was very called to bring people together. And during Black History Month of last year, 2022, I had this idea of bringing Black girls together so that we could be inspired through our imagination, through our dreams. You know, I don't know if y'all have related or resonated with the experience and not feeling like you could dream because of all the pressure of reality. But Black girls, we go through it, you know, and we don't really have room to dream. We don't really have room to like imagine. We just have to do what we're told or be strong or, you know, all the hyperhuman stereotypes that are placed on Black women. So I just wanted to create a space where we could imagine, where we could like, well, this is actually what I want to do, you know, and there's so much power that comes from that. So I organized a few events. The first one was at the Oakland Museum, and the second one was at UC Berkeley, where I met Miss B.
Yes.
And basically, I invited a panel of diverse artists, diverse thinkers, you know, diverse leaders, and invited them to come talk about what their dreams are when, like, the first time they remember themselves, like, in themselves, you know, like as powerful, conscious, able, agent beings, right? So I asked, like, what at what age do you remember wanting to be something, or like what was the first thing you wanted to be, and like just questions around that. And then, like, if you could exist in 5,000 years, what would you want that legacy to look like? You know, who would you want to be then? Like, there are no limitations for 5,000 years. So the world could be whatever, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And that's pressure right there
and it was
to dream bigger, you know?
Just to jump in on what you were saying, it was amazing to see, but it was challenging at the same time. You know, because just what you just said earlier, that we are not taught to like go after our dreams in a sense. So to be able to think out the box and to be able to dream, that was like, oh, I can do whatever I choose and whatever I want to develop. And that was huge for a lot of the older seasoned women in there and for the young women too. It was absolutely amazing. And then that just really goes along with the topic of today. You are my medicine. So you were asking us to dream, be the medicine that the community, that the world needs, because each one of us have something unique that only we bring to this world. And if we don't flourish in it, if we don't move in it, if we don't be in it, then the world and people miss something. So that's the beauty about what you were doing. And I'm like, oh, y'all just wait. We have some, oh my God, some projects and some events that is just going to be, and we want you guys to make sure y'all support us. BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. in the house definitely will be presenting these young artists and doing the work that we've been doing in the community, you know. So we giving you that platform, but BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. is doing it along with other organizations that we have collaborated with and that we're with. But again, you are our medicine. And then now go ahead and finish what you were saying.
So that space right there, like it does go in alignment with the theme, because that space was us being each other's medicine. It was giving us room to like see bigger than our reality. It was giving us room to be bigger than our responsibilities. And for me, I feel so like, oh, I always got to be responsible. I always got to be on my toes. I can't, like, I always say my house is the only place where I can be. My home is and I create that, you know. I'm like, I'm somebody who designs my house exactly the way I want it to be. And I'm a little OCD, but it's the only place where I can be vulnerable. It's the only place where if I need to crawl to the bathroom, I can't, because everywhere else I got to wear the super cape.
Spit the truth out here.
Having room to imagine and to like dream. The panel was called Black Girls of the Future. So having room to think about the future that I want, and you know, the future that I could see for 5,000 years from now, like it was so
and
inspiring.
This is a part of it.
You know, this is a continuation.
This is a continuation, because we've been doing the work.
That part.
We've been doing the work, and it's just now, you know, getting folks to understand. This is what gets me, and I'm just going to be real around this. You know, I get the data. I get all that collection of what people need. But I hope, for me, in the future, there, you know, when you're going at the grants and you're going at this thing, they want data. But how about the data of a person's soul? What can you can't measure that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for resources and for people to donate to BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. that understands the soul and understands what's needed. I get the data. But can you give me resources that's going to heal my community versus you looking at data all the time?
Right, because it's not always about.
It's not. Come on.
It's not always about that, and I think that we especially Black women, but
Come
we
on.
like as community
Yes.
organizers, like us doing that grassroots work, always reminds
Yes.
me of where they get their inspiration from. That's where their mission statements come from,
Come
right? Like
on.
they come to the hood to come get that
You better
inspiration
let's
to be
talk,
great.
tell the truth.
So, I feel like, and this is my personal
Yes.
opinion.
And there we go.
This is my personal opinion, but the Warriors was way better when they was in the East. Like,
Come on.
there's something special about the radical identity, the freedom that they can't cage, and I think that
Say that again.
the freedom that they cannot cage, the freedom in us that they cannot cage. There's something so powerful about it. And when we do it in the collective, when we imagine, when we dare in the collective, it's just way stronger. It just hit different. So that's what
and that's the medicine.
Create. Yeah, that's
the medicine that comes out.
That's the medicine.
And we do know with the medicine coming out, that's the anointing. That's when that is on you and you're in your purpose, you can't help but flow water. Water comes out to heal the plants, those seeds that's been planted. That's the beauty about being able to walk and be in your purpose. And just like you said, and just be. Can we just be?
Can we just be?
Can we just be?
Can I just like take a nap? Can I just like put my feet up? Can you like, I want my feet up too? Like, it just,
oh my God, I deserve love too.
That part right there. So that's kind of a chapter of my life and of this work that I'm working through right now. It's like Black girls don't get to dream of love. We really don't. We really don't. Our little fairy tales of love are shattered by these systems, by the education, the prison, the pipeline system. Our little dreams of love are just minuscule. They're naive, but we should be able to dream of love. We deserve it.
Yes,
And so like when we create spaces that uplift that uplift our dreams, we get to actualize it. It's that anointing that you was talking about, So again, I appreciate every opportunity to do this, like to be in this collective, inspiring, medicine kind of work, right?
Yes. Well, the Arms of the Conscious Soul will always continue to bring that, and it's crazy how how that even came to be. It was over 20 some odd years ago doing underground radio, and God just what one of the gentlemen that I was in a jazz band, it's called the Jazz Hieroglyphics in San Francisco. So I was a spoken word artist while they played the jazz behind me. So I was that spoken word piece that came in and brought the brothers and the sisters together. So Maestro Bryant. So Maestro was the one that gave me my name, Sister B Mellow.
Hey.
So he's like, you know what, sis? Your name gonna be, how about Barbara B, and then Mellow, because when you come with your spoken word, it's so mellow. So and I was like, okay. So we started with I started when he gave me that name. Then God allowed another brother to come into the bakery. This was in our bakery in San Francisco. So a brother came in, and it's crazy that I'm forgetting his name right now, but it's HBV Bayview. It was I was on that station, and it was underground. So it was in his house, it was in the room, and it was just a community radio. Then we went from there from HB is a Bayview Hunters Point, and it was the View.
Hey.
So we came from that. Then I came over to More Public Radio International.org with the Woods family. So that was on the radio. That was on AM, FM, and the internet. Okay, so then we went from that. They got their elders, they got older, and then they groomed Yolanda Littles, and she came up with Yale Radio. Ooh. So then I went to Yale Radio, and then we were on that for some years, and then Believe Radio came into fruition. Wow. Talking to Brother Curtis. So it was just amazing how when you're in purpose and that anointing, and God wants you to do something, he will open up the platform for you to do it. And that's what I'm grateful for. And that's why I know my role and my purpose of why I'm here on this earth and the ancestors gave to me is that I am supposed to help you all in my platform or whatever I can do. The young folks, I work for you all. I don't work for the older ones anymore. I work for the younger generation because I'm always talking legacy. Legacy is important to me. I was raised to create and to bring legacy through our bakery in San Francisco. Our bakery was the fill-up station for people in the community. not only that people were there to purchase, but people were there to come in. My mom had a Bible on top of the ice cream machine. She wouldn't talk anything, say anything, but the people would come in, they would read, door open, she was able to pour into them. And my dad. And that was the beauty of Mr. and Mrs. Howard. And they were four of the oldest African American businesses in San Francisco. And that was Everett Jones. It was Everett Jones, Wendy's Cheesecake Bakery, the Marcus Bookstore, and then I think it was Duke City. So they were the oldest African American businesses that I knew, that we knew in the city. So coming from that, and my father always shared with us, with the Howard sisters, that he did not care. Customer service had to be top notch. We had to respect people. We had to honor them. And he said, I don't care if they came in there with 1 cent to billions of dollars. You better treat them all the same. And that stayed in me. I can't help but understand that my role and my purpose, I screwed some things up in my life, but I thank God that he gave me second chances and second chances and second.
And
but I'm here. Those. I'm here today.
We need those.
Yes.
You probably wouldn't have gone as hard without those.
Come
be real. For
let's
me,
go.
I wouldn't have gone as hard without those. So we need those,
Yes, those challenging moments. And
that legacy though, it lives through the paying it forward. So I just appreciate you and all that you come from and all that you do. Like, it's God. Just the admiration is so much bigger than me. Like, it's just beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome, truly. Oh my Lord. And my and they know I call them sweetheart, my babes, and because these are my children. These is my nephews, my nieces, my daughters, my sons. So they understand when I say that to you all, it's not demeaning or bringing you down. No, it's because it's in my. That's just me. It's you're gonna make me cry. It's love. That's it. It comes from a space of love.
That's it.
And I honor you all because you all to me, it's just a beautiful thing to have because coming up, I was treated not fair. Right. There were some things that it just however. And I was people always protected me in the community because they knew I was about my people and making sure that couldn't nobody just come in there and just treat me any kind of way, because of them, like the folks, the family in the streets, I got family in the streets. That's why so I know both. I know street knowledge. I come from that and I come from business. So, I know both sides of the track.
Hello.
But hello.
You have to. That's another part of the plight that I was talking about earlier. It's like the responsibility of being a Black girl. Like, you have to. Ain't nobody coming to save you. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't got your head on a swivel, if you're not sharp in every area that you can be, then you getting swallowed,
And that's real time.
That's just what it is, So I see you, and I know that it wasn't easy for you to pave the way. I know it was far from easy. It's far from easy to make the choices to move in purpose. It's so much more convenient to do what you want to do what everybody's doing, do what's easy. It's so much more convenient, but the long run, the legacy, the purpose, the role in the legacy that comes from your purpose is beyond magnitude. It's so meant to be.
Wow. And this is so crazy because again, we said, you are my medicine. See, this is what I do know and what I understand about my young folks being around me. They feed me. This is where I get my feeding from. And you guys give me what I need. You will say something and God will say, this goes with that. And it's just the pieces of the puzzle. You guys bring the pieces that I put into a whole puzzle to be able to do the work that I do in the community. And again, like I said, with the eyes of the conscious soul, that he brought that to me, and I was like, dude, where did we get this from? But God said, you come from kings and queens. You are a thinker. You guys, these things, the platforms and the events, and it amazes me when he gives me these. And they're like, well, how did you get that? Where did that come from? I'm like, it came from the Lord, and it came from my ancestors. It ain't me. I'm just a vessel. And that's what I understand. I understand my role, and I'm okay with that. I'm a vessel. That's all I am. And I've always in the community been a connector. People were like, Miss B, you connect. And I roll with that. It's like I'm a connector. I bring it together, like you say. You
bringing
do.
people together.
Bringing
But it's
people.
powerful though. It's so like it's unstoppable. Like you
Yes.
said, you had hood village that will
Come
protect your every
on.
step. It's unstoppable.
Yes.
Like there's an agenda that's trying to separate us, but the power of connection is unstoppable. We all want to belong to something.
Yes.
We all want to belong somewhere.
That's
So when we
right.
create that,
Woo.
when we are a part of that, there's an undeniable sense of purpose.
Right. Oh my God. And you talking about the hood taking care of you. That we need to get back to that. We need to stop the killings, people. Please, think about it. Empower yourself to know that another human being, if you cut me, I bleed like you do. The difference, we are the same underneath, but we cannot continue in 2023, harm ourselves and harm our people. It has to stop.
Heavy on that.
Heavy.
Heavy on that. And especially like I want to speak to the new age of like popping prescription pills.
Come on.
Please understand that just one wrong one can ruin your whole, it could take your life.
Yes.
Forget ruin it could take your life,
yes.
And as much as we think it's, I don't know, cool, I don't think, look, personal opinion, I don't think it's cool, but hey, to each his own. I respect, you know what I'm saying? I respect where everybody come from, whatever I'm going to still love you the same, but like, love yourself like God love you. That means take care of yourself, love on yourself, take time for yourself, be gracious to yourself, give yourself water, give yourself nutrition.
Let's go.
Do the things that feed your soul, do the things that make you feel alive, even if it costs money, even if it costs time. Like there's so many other ways to move to carry the weight that we have to carry, and these prescription drugs is not going to take it away. So please stop killing each other, but stop killing yourselves.
Absolutely. And then when you stop killing yourself, then you'll stop killing
it's like it's a domino.
And absolutely. Oh my God. Boy, we want to thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of Conscience Soul always bring to you every first Saturday of the month. We have the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, which is the artist talk, and there it can also be Why I Dream, and then She Who Believes takes off the mask. My co-host, that's entertaining his family today, that came in, and Rose. I just want to say, hey, love you, appreciate you. We'll have you back in the studio next month, and then B6 is at work. So that's the Eyes of the Conscience Soul with the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. Every second Saturday of the month, we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson, and normally myself, I'm his co-host on that. And then every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine with Mr. Pearson. He is the founder and the producer of Education is the Best Medicine. And then every fourth Saturday, we have the Lights Out, Straight Talk, Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. And my co-hosts on that is the Doc. We have the Voice and the Prince of Hearts. Hey, to you guys. I know I'll see you guys for Saturday. And then every fifth Saturday of the month, we have the Kitchen Table with Mr. George Pearson. I may host it, or we may host it together. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in to what we're talking about today. Is wanting you to know our hot topic is that you are my medicine. I am, and you are, us together, our medicine for each other. So we want to be each other's medicine, more so than we've been previous years, but 2023 moving forward, more than we want to make sure that we bring that medicine to each other. And I want to ask you, your hair is so beautiful. About your hair. About your hair. That's the medicine that you bring. Tell me a little bit about how you feel about your hair.
Oh my goodness, my crown is so unique.
Hey.
My crown it's a staple of my identity. It's a part of how I express who I am. I got these red braids, and I love getting red braids. They make me feel like a little cherry, but or a chocolate covered strawberry.
That's right.
What I'm saying? Something like that. Something maybe a little between. But these braids are so significant because they led the way to our freedom. Like our ancestors used
Watch yourself now.
They used to braid rice in our hair to make sure we had food along the passage to freedom, and braid the root into the hair. Like we've done some amazing things with these
And
styles, and so
messages. We had
exactly.
messages in those cornrows.
Hello,
People didn't know that those were mats and
hello.
messages. Go ahead, sweetie.
So it's like these are more than just an aesthetic. They're more than
Yes.
just like making me feel cute, right? Like
Yes.
it's a part of my identity. It's a part of how I show who I am.
Mhm.
And my little swoop baby hairs, you
Hey.
understand? Gotta shout out the baby hairs. I actually just recently learned how to lay my baby hairs, so
Okay.
I didn't know I had good baby hairs,
Hey.
like layable baby hairs until recently. But we in the game
That's
now.
right. That's
We in
right.
the game
That's right.
now. But yeah, it's a part of my identity.
Mm.
It's a part of who I am,
That's
and
right.
I'm grateful that I get to be a teacher because every time I come to school, teaching babies with a new hairstyle, they're just like, "Oh, Miss Telice, I like your hair. Oh, Miss Telice, oh, can I
Yes.
touch it? Oh." When I wore my afro, they was like, "Oh my goodness, your hair is so cute. Your hair is so,"
That's right.
any style that I bring, it's just,
And that's the medicine. You
it's a
bringing
reflection
those
of them.
babies a part of medicine. That's
Mhm.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
I'm bringing a part of them.
Yes.
I'm a reflection
Identity.
of them. So when they come to school with their braids, they're like, "Oh, Miss Telice."
Yes.
It's so cute. So
Mhm. And you're feeding their soul.
exactly.
You're planting seeds, and you were talking about the rice feeding.
Hmm.
In their braids, that braid was feeding those babies.
It does. It still does.
Come on.
It still does.
Yes, whatever style you rock, it feeds.
Yeah.
Because you're coming, like you say, you're moving. We're moving. It's a movement. It's a movement when you come with your hair in different types of ways.
It puts a little confidence in you. It makes you raise your
Yes.
head a little higher
Come
when your
on.
hair is cute. Like, I was talking about the black girls being able to imagine love, right? Being able to like see ourselves as
Yes.
worthy of love, right?
Absolutely.
And when we are integral to the parts of us that make us us, like our hair being braided, our hoop earrings, like
Yes.
our whole like when we staple our identity on our forehead, like this is me.
Come on.
The likelihood feels a lot higher.
Yes. And then not only that, every other nationality, let's keep this real.
Look,
they Paradise, and he's a poet from Oakland, and he says everybody want to be like you, but wait, it says everybody want to be like you but don't want you. His it's crazy.
It's crazy.
When he did that, I was like, Paradise. That was deep.
But that's us. That's our reality, though. That's the reality. That's what we got to move through, And I feel like it gives a little more. I don't know. I always feel like, okay, I can go bag 4 or 5 opportunities now that my hair done.
That's
I can go speak on this now that my hair done, or I can go street show here. I can go do these performances. I can go hop in your music video. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just gives a sense of like empowerment, like you said, the movement. I can move around more with my,
when your crown is doing its thing.
Exactly.
You know what? So I want to. I have something. Well, a word for you, faith. When you hear the word faith, what comes to your heart and your mind? You move in that.
Faith is, it's like, it's beyond miraculous. It is beyond miraculous.
Okay.
Faith is like, it is the step that you don't see.
Ooh.
You just take a step and you can't see it, but it's there though.
Come on.
And you just gotta trust that it's there, and it's faith, and it be stepping,
Come on, it be stepping,
So faith to me is just like, it's what helps ground me when I feel lost. Absolutely. Faith is what helps keep me going when I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what step to take. I don't know what direction. It's faith that helps guide me.
Yes.
It helps keep me humble. Faith is just like, because you really never know. Like I said, day by day, and we don't even know if we have the rest of today. So it's faith that helps me make it home safely every day. It is like, it's that. And so I just be grateful. Yeah. I just be like, I show my grace and gratitude. I mean, I show my faith and gratitude.
Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. Oh my God. Without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord, and it's impossible for us to dream. That's where the hope come from. The hope is there in faith. Wow. So when we got the faith, it's plant the seed of hope in our hearts and in our minds. And because if you don't have hope, that's what you bring when you come in there. And then my next word is dance. When you come in there and you are performing and you're teaching those babies how to dance, you're planting that seed of faith and hope in their soul and the soil too.
and trusting that it's gonna grow.
And trusting that it's gonna
Faith
grow.
is the trust.
Come on now.
You know,
Let's
faith
go.
is like knowing that it's gonna happen before it happens, without seeing it, without any
It
evidence.
could be years from now.
You know,
it could be months.
Trusting yourself. Trust, like that's faith.
Yes.
You know, dance.
Yes, dance.
Dance is, oh, it's so special to me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dance is like the love of my life. It sets me free in so many ways. Whenever I get too far away from dance, I know I'm probably not in the best space.
Good.
It's a great measure of like well-being for me, because whenever I'm inspired, whenever I'm feeling good, whenever I like, it's just I wake up with it. I dream like like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So dance for me is, it's the power of movement. It's the story of movement, and you can tell that how you want to. You know, you can tell it as your body, as your soul, as your energy feels fit, and people gonna feel that. You know, people gonna feel that. And I think that, like, for me specifically, it also helps me like free myself from the physical restraints that are attended on my life. You know, like being able to move when a lot of my sisters are incarcerated, just being able to spread my arms. You know, just being able to spread my arms. Like, that's a big deal. Being able to see myself when I dance in the mirror, like that's a big deal. It frees me from restraints that are from labels, from like, it frees me. So that's dance. It's bigger than recreational. It's more like,
and it's healthy. It's a healthy way. It's an outlet to be able to, like you were saying with the prescription drugs, the high that you want to feel. Dance, art, music, all these things will get you to get. I had to learn that. That those that did not feed me, and what I'm doing, it gives me a high that I'll be like, oh, this high is so like, it's dope. You be on one is foreseen.
You feel just like, wow, like, oh my goodness, like turping, taking up room on the floor, like, whoa, I'm really taking up this room. I'm tight, like, you know. So it's just so fulfilling. It's just beautiful, and it also brings people together.
Yes, it does.
It's like medicine. You are my medicine. Dance, being people's dance. I mean, being people's medicine through dance is so special. It's so contagious. You see somebody, you don't even have to say words.
That's what, and I was getting ready. I'm so glad you said that, because that was what I was getting ready to say. You feed a person's soul and spirit, as you said earlier, through the dance. Because if you're in a space, and sometimes it's more than words, the dance will bring something, just like the words will bring, the dance will bring, the drumming will bring. It's just something, like you said, it's unknown that it brings, and you'll be like, whoa, it releases, and it's like, it's a trip. Go ahead.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And I think that, like, whenever, so turfing, the style of dance that I do, you know, Oakland is very political. It is known for being very political. That applies across genres, cultures, disciplines, right? So turfing, the turf community is very political. It's a lot of politics that I have to navigate through. And whenever
I'm thank you for sharing that, because that was something that I did not know.
Yeah, it's very,
you know, so
it's like gangs. Gangs are political. You know, it's
Let's go.
I mean, but Oakland, we are the home of the Black Panthers. Like,
that's right.
Political. Like, know, we are political in everything that we do. Like, ADA rights was born out of the bed. Like, there's so much just like resistance, right? The Ohlone people were the last people to be colonized here in California. Like, this land, this soil has so much resistance, you know? It does.
You about to see, you gave me something more. Oh my.
But
people, excuse me, I just get excited around here, but this has been real hot topics talk about being each other medicine. This is what it's about. Again, you have tuned into the Eyes of the Conscious Soul with your Sister Be Mellow on Believe Radio, coming here with my sister, my daughter, my niece, Telice. You know, we're planting seeds in the souls and the hearts and minds of the people. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to have a platform that's African American. This is an African American business owned business, and to be able to be a part of this legacy, and then the legacy of what we're bringing and what we're sharing to our community, to be able to have that sown in. And our ancestors are looking from heaven and going, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are walking in the dream, that 5,000, because that's what they were doing. They were dreaming way
beyond any like physical reality they ever saw.
Come on.
Like the excellence, the greatness, it is like only faith, only God,
yes.
only like it is beyond the miraculous. It is beyond the miraculous. So whenever I get to doubt myself and whenever, you know, because we go through it.
We do.
We go through it.
And it's real talk.
You know, it's human. We human, just like everybody else, right? We cut, we still bleed the same blood. Feel it. But when I doubt it, it's the ancestors and it's the youth that help pour into me so that I can keep going. Like sometimes I'll be like, you know, it's a lot of ways to make a bag, but these babies, they just have my heart. Yes. They just have my whole heart. You know?
But you know, that is the bag. That is the bag, and that's a life bag. You know, that isn't and no money on this earth can a human being, a soul, a being, it's priceless.
It's not measurable.
It's not measurable. Come on.
It's not. Honestly, we think about Michael Jackson, right?
Come on.
One of the most incredible
dancers,
singers, entertainers of all time.
Come on.
You know, babies today still sing Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Right? If he didn't do the moonwalk, kids today wouldn't do the moonwalk. You know, like if he wasn't inspiring young people, his legacy would never have lived. You know, so it's the young people really who are going to carry the torch because we're not always going to be here. So it's very important for us to reach down and teach teach the structure, teach the morals, teach the self-love, teach the belonging, teach the community, teach the integrity, right? Like that's so critical. And I think our opportunities to do that in the past have been so corrupted by these American systems that we have to live under as Black people.
Let's tell the truth.
You know, and I want to show love to the international diaspora because Black people around the world are treated really unfairly.
Yes,
you know,
they are.
But Black people here in the United States, like our culture is what gives us power. Our community is what gives us power. Our stories are what give us power. Like our experience is very unique. So if we're not inspiring each other, if we're not saying I see you and I'm connected to you and you are my medicine, then the legacy will not continue. We will be like stopped. You know what I mean?
And it's so beautiful that you said that, because when you were just saying again about the show, You Are My Medicine, when we see each other, like you just said, when I see you, and like in Africa, that's why I love when they're walking around, it's like they look each other in the eyes. I know in some cultures it's not, but we need to get back to what our culture is, what it represents too. It's power. Yeah. And when I see you, when I look in your eyes, it says the eyes are the window to the soul. And I see you because I'm looking at you and saying, you are somebody to me. You are important. I'm giving you medicine, you giving me medicine. And it just does my heart a disservice to be walking down the street and to come up on sisters and some people, and I look at them, but they don't see me. They turn the opposite way, but I'm going to always see you. I'm going to always, because if I don't, then that takes away from me. And that takes away from my soul. That takes away from my spirit when I don't acknowledge that you exist.
There's so much power in our recognition.
Yes.
I think we want that so bad. Again, Black people in America.
Yes.
Here specifically, right? Yes. We want that so bad. We don't have, we're not connected to the origins of our traditions where we were kings and queens. And you know what I mean? So our culture is so important to see and affirm. And if I don't see you, I don't see myself.
Come on.
You know? So it's so important that we recognize each other, because then if we don't, then we're saying nah, I don't see nothing about you. That's me. And that's so boozy. And
it's back to that. And I was on a retreat in Hawaii with Homies Empowerment. And I brought we had a bonfire. So I was around, we were talking, and it's a beautiful to see and say all the time when people they say, Miss B, when you come in the room, I see our ancestors and I feel the wisdom, and that's a honor for me every time. So with that, I was saying that we got to get rid of, in our culture, the competition. There's healthy competition, but for me is that I don't need to be able to tear you down in order to rise up and to live. And that's what I'm saying about the grants and the stuff. They pit us against each other. and say your organization is better than mine. No, everybody is in their lane. Everybody brings something. No one should say that this other organization or what somebody else is doing is not important and it's not powerful. And that's what I was sharing with them when I was saying get rid of the competition. It's like still see me. That
Still
what I
see me.
bring, still see me, and what I bring is special and unique, and with you, what you bring.
I think that competition, getting rid of the competition laterally so that
Yeah,
we can fight up,
come on.
it applies in our love to the way we love each other.
Yes.
You know, I think that like as Black women and Black men, we could do so much better. We could do
Let's
so
go
much
because
better.
we're gonna have some real conversation talking
Look,
about that.
We can do so much better, but I think that we have been taught to compete with each other for power, for meaningless power, because we all on the same plantation, right?
Yes.
Historically, we've all been on the same, in the same sense of suffering, the same circumstances. We all are governed by these same systems of power, right? So why are we at war with each other? You know, when the fight is really up. And I think we could just do so much better. And like if we can eliminate competition with community.
Let's go.
If we could just substitute that real quick, if we can like instead of ignoring each other, we like see each other and like we reflect each other. You know what I mean? We like uplift each other. We could just go so much farther.
Yes.
We can like really take our crowns back with that. You know,
5,000 years is as what you were saying, and we can bring that today. And that you know when it doesn't take. We think it takes a whole lot to change the culture, and it doesn't.
But I can't do it without you.
And I can't do it without you. And I have to know that.
That's a hard truth for a Black woman like myself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard. Because I'm like, nah, I can do it all by myself. You know, it's pressure, it's responsibility. We got to keep our heads up. You know, like if we want to show that respect for ourselves, if we want any grace, if we want any love, we have to be the first ones to do it. The world is not going to give us that.
No.
You know, but by default, we feel like we just got to do it all on our own, you know, but like the reality is that I can't do it without you. And that's hard for me to admit. So if I love you and I'm saying that I can't do it without you and I need you, the least we could do is just see each other.
Wow. And it's crazy. You just brought me back to a scripture that says, why would you gain the world and lose your soul? You know, so like we were saying about the bag, the money. You can get your money without tearing down people. See, this is what I tell a lot of the poets, and I like to tell people when they write, it's easy to curse, but it takes a challenge to bring some words. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to share, and it's okay. It's a time and place for it. But there are words that can be so freaking you can use that can get that over, and you be like, ooh.
And poets have a special responsibility.
Let's go.
They have they articulate what
the
reality that we have not named yet. You know, like poets are very, very, very special. It's
our griots and griots.
It's a heavy responsibility. That's a heavy hat right there. You know, and it's easy. Like we was talking about earlier, it's easy to go the easy way. It's so easy. Oh my goodness, you can still get all the oohs and ahs the easy way. You know, it's so easy. But like the purpose that will drive you will take you so much farther.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And it costs us something. And it costs us me seeing you and loving you. And when I see you and love you, I can love me too. You know, that's so beautiful to be able to, and it don't have to be just like, oh, that's a cliche. No. That's to the heart. When we start working on that in the matters of the heart and understanding, it says what the issues of life flows from the heart. So we're trying to have people get their hearts in order, get our minds and our spirits in order, and then we can go back to loving up, fighting up, you know. But there's work that has to be done first, and you have to be willing to want to do that work yourself. And on that note, I want to share that NAMI CC, the African American Uplift Program we have is utilized lived experience, it's African-centered approach and community strategies, defiant strategies for what we use for in Contra Costa County for the first African-American centered non-clinical support program. And it says, if you are African-American and in need of mental health and support, but just not mental illness, but our mental well-being, you can drop by or you can call, you can go on our website. There are peer-to-peer counselors, there's family advocates, And there's support groups. So we have support groups that happen. We have a faith support group. If you go on the website, if you go on NAMI CC website, NamiContraCosta.org, and you can see, go on to the Cal Hope programs, and you can see the different programs for African Americans. And there's other programs for other nationalities, but for our country, there's some special, unique design programs for us. And we are about pushing and knowing that our folks are needing each other. And with that, it says NAMI CC provides culturally sensitive, non-clinical crisis counseling for African Americans by African Americans. Our crisis counselors are made up of African Americans with lived experience as peers and family members with specific subject matter expertise. We provide resources, information, and support to help people find their way during these difficult times of pandemic and social unrest. We reach the broadest set of audience who are working with African American faith leaders across the state, and we facilitate trainings and different workshops. So please go to NAMI CC. You can also go to our COVID warm line or the wellness or the warm line. And you can call 925-465-3864. I repeat, 925-465-3864. And that's the CalHopeConnection.org. And boy, time flies when you're having fun, but we are doing this thing, and we will have more information and conversation coming to you every every first Saturday of the month. We have the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. And then that's the Artist Talk, Why I Dream, the Corner. She Who Believes takes off the mask. And then we have every second Saturday of the month, we have a medicine hour with Mr. George Pearson. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us, which we've been talking about. And then we have every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine. And it's hosted by the founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine. And then every fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, which is hosted by Ms.Barbara Howard, aka Sistah Mellow. And then we have Dot, and then we have The Voice, and then we have the Prince of Hearts. And then every fifth Saturday, we have the Kitchen Table, which we co-host myself and Mr. George Pearson. But again, my host that hosts on this Cafe Le Blue Lounge is Mr. Rose and V6. So again, we are here in the studios with Telice Summerfield, and we are so excited about what she's doing and what we're doing in the community together. And I just want to bring this young soul in here that's so beautiful, and how we are and will continue to uplift our African American community, because that's my responsibility and that's my duty. So I understand that my role, my father would be like, excuse me, don't forget, so to be able to do that, it's an honor for me. But with that, when you was talking about culture, well, we want to get back with wellness. Let me go to wellness first, and then we'll shift over into the culture. So the wellness, what do you do for healing? We know you do your dance, you're dancing, but is there anything else that you do for you, for wellness?
Yeah, actually, it's crazy that you were talking about some of the obstacles, like some of the mistakes that we've made, because some of those mistakes have like restructured my practices for wellness. And so now I take much better care of myself. But with my diet, I'm vegetarian. I'm not quite vegan yet, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there, but I still eat dairy. But yeah, it was a step, I am an herbalist, a young baby herbalist. So I definitely take my sea moss every day. I have a whole
You got to give me a list. You got to give Miss Howard a list.
Yes, I got you. I got you. I work out a lot. I'm trying to do every day, but I also got to listen to my body. That's a part of wellness.
Absolutely.
I sleep. I love to sleep.
Yes.
It's great. Yeah. Honestly, I never really want to go to the gym, but I go because it's a part of wellness. But like, I could spend that time sleeping.
And we look at sleep as it's negative, and it's not.
It's great. I love sleep. So that's what I do. What else?
My stomach over here growling right now.
I eat, right? And lastly, I would say just like creating community, like being with people, being around people who remind me of myself, who see me, who love me.
Yes,
People who
that's
I
medicine.
love. Yeah,
That
it's
is medicine.
wellness. It
Yes,
just
it
makes me
is.
feel relieved, you know? So
Wow. So shifting that over into, I'm gonna maybe like a few minutes to have you talk about culture and how important it is to you, and then I want you to make sure people get your Instagram, whatever your social media platforms. I want to make sure that they can connect with you, and then I want you to have the final words to and we got time. We got a little time.
Okay.
Like 4 minutes, and we're gonna work this thing out. We got 5 minutes now.
All right, cool.
So culture.
Yes. Culture is it's like vibranium. You seen culture is like vibranium. It's something that like makes you so distinct and so powerful. It like makes you capable of things that you could never imagine. And I think that like larger systems try to dissolve cultural power, but it's so powerful. It allows us to be powerful across differences. It's the part of us that makes us beautiful because we are different. You know what I mean? Because like biologically we're all the same, but culturally who we are
and own that and hold on to it. Yours is special, mine is special. Don't take away from mine and say yours is better. No.
It creates the quilt, it creates
you better watch yourself.
Yes, it does. So I just see it as like vibranium. Like it's a resource that empowers the world, but in the wrong hands it could be used to destroy the world too. So like we could create toxic, destructive cultures just as easily as we can create uplifting, powerful ones, and there's a lot of them that are active right now. So really it's just about how you use it. But culture is a resource of empowerment. It's a resource of identity. It defines you, and you can adapt it, you can develop it, you can create it, you can follow it, you can trust it, you can like there's just so many assets to like.
It's a feast.
Yeah. And there's so many different ways you can do a feast, but it's always gravy though. It's always good. It's all, you know what I mean? So like, who doesn't want to come to a feast? You know what I mean? So there's that. And then speaking of just like Black history, and just like Black culture and like the importance of us like creating space to uplift each other. I will be hosting a dance battle at the Oakland Museum. What day is that on? It's on February 17th. Okay. It is in honor of Black History Month, some of the programming that the museum is cultivating. So it'll be on February 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. At the Oakland Museum in the back at the amphitheater. So it's right across the street from Laney College. If you are lost, you can go to Lake Merritt and like put in your GPS from there and you should be able to find it. But it's a free space. It's open to all. It's going to be beautiful. Wow. And I'm just going to continue organizing around like Black empowerment, like everything that I do, like inspiring the babies, making sure that I'm inspiring myself, making sure I'm taking care of myself so that I can be excellent and pay it forward and hold space and be strong enough. That's right. You can find me on Instagram at TUUHLEACEE. And it's again. TUUHLEACEE. It's my name, but it's just spelled a little funky. It's spelled how it's pronounced. But my name is Telice, TELICE. Telice Summerfield. You can Google me and find out some of the things that I've been doing, find some of the places that I've been at. I also organize an all ladies dance platform called Pussy Power Dance. The Pussy Power, right. It's with an X. Right. So please don't go Googling too far for you end up somewhere you're not supposed to go. Right. But it's just reclaiming the power of the name and the word, and the identity behind it. That's beautiful. A lot of people associate that word with weakness. Right. So we are showing that it's a space of power. It's a space of fierceness, but it's an all ladies dance platform that I organize and host every month via IG Live. You can find that page in the bio of my Instagram or at PXSSYPOWERDANCE. That's Pussy Power Dance. And I've been blessed to be able to give away free technology on that platform to artists on every episode. So tune into our next episode. I'm really excited to get it back rocking. I actually have been taking a wellness break. So now I'm excited. Exactly about that. So I'm excited to get it back rocking. And yeah. And I'm glad that you played on words with it,
You know, because like you said, that word is so like, oh, don't say that word, but it's
Right.
like it's how you what you come with it behind it is what
Mhm.
makes it
Mhm.
derogatory or whatever in their
Mhm.
eyes, whatever the case may be. But that's so beautiful, and I'm so grateful that you shared that information. Also, we are having BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. is having a Black History celebration. It'll be our 19th year celebration. Is going to be at Joyce Gordon Gallery. Of course, you know you're going to be spitting some stuff up in there. It's February the 4th, and it is on a Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have the author, which is a personal friend of mine. It's like brothers to our family. His name is Dante King, and he is the author of the 400-year Holocaust. Yes, so that brother, he's going. Yes, and the theme is walking in freedom. You can't deny history.
Mhm.
Okay. So we want folks to tune in, go on our website. It's BH Brilliant Minds, bhbrilliantminds.org. You go on our website, you'll see the flyer when we upload it, and then you'll just be on our Facebook and our social media platforms that we'll be sharing, and we'll be sharing it definitely on here on our platform, I believe, the radio. Oh my God, we're just going over a little bit, but we're all good. So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational gospel music station. Let it be your gospel music station, because we have more different platforms. There are other broadcasting or other shows that they can go on to and check out. You got Crazy Blessed, you got Adamology. There's so many others, but definitely make sure that you wellness. Take care of yourself. Nami CC, Nami Kachukasta got you. Definitely go on the warm line, 925-465-3864. Go on the website, namikachukasta.org, and pull up the information that you can find things for all races, but African American community. We have an African American Uplift program. But with that, I'm going to have you share the last word. Telice, you know I love you. You know we together in this. I'm so grateful for you all being in my life again, as I say. And y'all got Miss B. Y'all got me. So with that, final words.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I love you
I
so,
love you
so,
too.
so much. And I'm inspired by you. And I am able to keep going because you are.
Oh.
So thank you for being you and paving the way for young women like myself. And we're going to keep doing this work. We're going to keep it pushing. We're going to keep, you know what I'm saying?
This is it. And matter of fact, you're going to be one of my co-hosts on here on the radio too. So, hey, y'all, she's going to be one of the co-hosts too. So she will be back in the studio with me. And I think you're going to be a part of either one. It'll be the Cafe La Blue Lounge, this one here. And we'll bring the artists and stuff in. Or it'll be the Lights Out Youth and Young Adult Radio show. So you'll be on it. Yes.
You know I got you. You know I got you. Just like you got me, I got you.
Yes. Believe Radio, we want to say good night, and we hope and pray that you hit love, tap, comment on Facebook. Go to the Facebook, go to Twitter. It's on. This is recorded on YouTube too. So all the platforms, please love, like, and share with your community, and let them know that we are here sharing information and just laying a platform out for our African American people. We love you and appreciate you.
We love you.
Yes. Good night.